Hey yo, what's good, Josh? Your boy, just what the fuck going on? Me is here. Y'all already know what time I'm about. Giving my predictions for the Zone X Misfits 019 card, guitar super card. Let's go. Alright, so one thing I gotta say before I make the predictions is that the fucking promotion for this has been fucking horrendous. About a year ago, I would have expected a card like this to, possibly get even 500K. 300K minimum. Now I'm thinking like this will get 300K max. Max 300K. This shit's gonna get. It's not gonna do numbers at all. It's fucking sad to see, honestly. Bars. But, the influencer boxing. Imagine that this is influencer boxing, but the influencers don't influence. No promotion from their side. They try to promote, but all they do is just a little bit of social media here and there. Just post some fucking clips. Like, it doesn't work. Posting yourself doing shit for social media, it doesn't work. You gotta do more. You gotta really push out there. You gotta make a name for yourself, dog. As well as KSI, the promoter, the main nigga, the guy. He's that nigga, he that guy. And he's done fucking no promotion for this at all. He only talked about it once on his main channel. I know, because I watch him. I fucking watch him. Terrible job from everybody at promoting this. Literally everyone. The only bit of promotion I saw was fucking Binela on Instagram. He liked my comment, by the way. Shout out to him. If everything goes good, it'll get 300K max. Like, the fact that this is, terribly promoted and it's on a fucking Thursday. The only thing that could help it out is that, it's on Thanksgiving. The free fights that you could watch on YouTube are the Misfits boxing kickoffs, being Panetta versus Swarms and Amir Anderson versus Niraj. Amir Anderson versus Niraj, I don't know nothing about these dudes. The only thing that I would say did a good job was, telling us like, yo, Amir is he's an actual prospect. So we got an actual boxer on this shit, and he's just barely starting his pro career, and he's fighting a guy who a lot of people at Amir Anderson's, I would say, how would I say, inexperience in the pro scene, compared to other people, no one would even think of taking a fight like Niraj. By the way, the Niraj that's fighting Amir Anderson ain't the Niraj that fight on the Mike Tyson Jake Paul card. This is a different Indian nigga. It ain't the same Indian, bruh. It is not the same fucking Indian. This is a different Niraj. This dude has 6 wins and all of them being by knockout. So 6 knockouts. They said this at the press conference. They also said that he has lost before. They didn't say how many times he's lost. So I would guess that those 6 wins, all by knockout, are probably against bums. So I don't know how many losses Niraj has. I'm thinking he might have like 3 or 4, around there. He could possibly have more. I don't give enough of a shit to, investigate to see who the fuck this dude is. Honestly, I don't care enough. You don't care enough. I'm picking Amir Anderson. However, we could possibly get surprised because every time that there's a guitar card in general, shit happens, shit hits the fan. We've seen it in pretty much every fucking guitar Saudi card when it comes to boxing. So I'm going with Amir Anderson. However, there is definitely a chance that Niraj could knock him out, but it's probably not going to happen. Representing the flag, I'm choosing him. Y'all already know. I got to go with my boy, Pineda. Back in the day, he would have been a draw, but considering like I said, terrible promotion for this has been going on. I think he's lost a lot of momentum. I think that, the people who actually watch, though, and who go and watch, everyone's going to be rooting for Pineda, honestly. So I got him, not for that reason, but because he's shown the ability to be able to knock down anybody and everybody in the division. He's knocked down many opponents. After the KSI fight, it seems like he's been getting way better coaching than he has ever before, probably because of the massive KSI payday. He got payday. I know that. So it's definitely helped him to develop a lot as a boxer. And like I said, he's shown us fucking power. He's put down who knows how many motherfuckers. You can hear it when it lands on his opponent. So I think for that reason, he's gonna get it. Honestly, I don't think there's any chance of Swarms winning this just because, Pineda has actually fought quite a couple of times in the past, even before he was on Misfits. He's I wouldn't say legit professional. He was more of a bum before this, but with his new training, I think, he's kind of like one of those professionals that, you probably find in your hometown that you're like, oh, he's like pretty decent. He's lost a couple times, but I wouldn't fuck with him type shit. You know what I mean? I would, because, your boy's got the best hands, boy. But, yeah, I do got Pineda over Swarms. Not saying Swarms is a bum, but I just don't think he has anything to be able to beat Pineda. Styles make fights, and his style just, there's no way I see him beating Pineda, honestly. He doesn't have power. And I don't think his speed and agility is enough to get him done, to get him the win at least. I think that the way this fight goes is if Pineda, if he wants to just go balls to the walls in the first round, I think he could get the knockout. To Chase Demore versus Scales, Chase Demore was actually one of Pineda's translators at the press conference. At the press conference, I gotta point this out because your boy speaks Espanol, which y'all could probably tell, but him and his actual translator were like, yo, he's saying he's gonna fuck you up, nigga. But what Pineda was actually saying was just like, oh, I'm training to be Swarms. I'm looking for the knockout and, shit like that. Like, he's confident, but he wasn't like, we gonna knock your bitch ass out, nigga. Whereas, that's what Chase Demore was saying. He said he's gonna fuck you up. Enough of translator Chase Demore. He's fighting what I can only describe as cookie cutter fucking NPC copy paste big black guy on Misfits. That's all I can describe him as. I know fucking nothing about this dude. Scales. Second ever fight, they at the press conference, Chase said like, yo, you got knocked down in your first fight, which was his last fight up until this point. And Scales didn't really, he didn't deny it, so I'm gonna take it as fact, considering he didn't even try to deny it, and he pretty much admitted to it. Like, he didn't say like, yeah, I got knocked down. He said something different. I forget what it was, but he basically didn't deny it at all, that he got knocked down in his last fight. So I don't have high hope for this, even though Chase is ass. He's shown to have immense power, as we saw against the last black guy that he fought, the last guy that was built like Scales. We all remember that fight. And in that fight, I was actually against Chase, but Chase just showed to have been way better than that last dude, and he knocked him out with fucking ground and pound strikes in a boxing ring, and then hit the fucking Israel Adesanya. It was the most outrageous shit I'd ever seen. I was pissed off at the time, but I actually like Chase Demore. Just when he's in this scene, he becomes a bit of a dickhead, but pretty much everyone is like that, or most people are like that when they're in the scene. Outside of the scene, I've seen him in YouTube videos, like other videos, I'm like, oh shit, that's that nigga Chase, like what the hell? He actually seems to be a pretty decent dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty fucking funny. So I got Chase Demore. I think he's going to get the knockout. I think he has immense. I mean, we know that he's, really fucking athletic, and we've seen his power, so I think he gets it done that way. Then we got, for the third fucking time in a year, Yachty Gang TV versus Lil Craig. This is a 50-50 fight. However, if I were to choose who has a higher chance of getting the win 6 out of 10 times or 6 out of 11 times, I would go with Yachty Gang TV. I'm choosing Yachty Gang TV. I think he's got that natural thing about him. He picked up the sport pretty decently quick, at least to my knowledge. He picked it up pretty quickly. Whereas Lil Craig is one of these dudes that they're just, he's kind of disappointing, I'll be honest. Like, he's good. And the division is fucking stacked. Honestly, this division, what is it? This is the lightweights. They're fucking, it's the most stacked division by far in Misfits. but he's disappointing. When I saw, you know, his footage, I was like, oh shit, like this is one of these dudes that like are coming into the scene actually like, you know, knowing how to box. Cause he's been boxing for years, but I expected him to be better than he actually is. Like we've seen him fight, he's not as good as we anticipated. He's just one of those guys to where like, you know, he's a bit of a letdown, but it doesn't mean he's bad. So I do have Yet Again TV just because, you know, he's more agile, he's more fast, whereas Lil Cray Cray, he just doesn't have anything about him that makes me go like, oh, he could, you know, beat him with this or beat him with that. He could, because like I said, this is a 50-50 fight, but if I had to lean one way, I'm going Yet Again TV. However, someone could potentially get their ass kicked. This is just like on paper coming into this fight. The way that you win or the way that you would, you know, like to see someone win would be making adjustments, not just coming into this fight, but during the fight. We need to see someone finally make the necessary adjustments to beat the other dude. Because the last two times, you know, I feel like they didn't really make adjustments, you know, because the first one, you know, it was a bomb threat and Lil Cray Cray was winning. Then the second fight, you know, Yori Gang won that shit. He won. He won that shit. LMAO versus Warren Spencer is the next one. For this fight, honestly, like I like Nick. He seems to be a pretty dope dude, but he just came into the scene. He got a freebie, you know what I mean? He got a handout. He got a fucking handout. He had 1,000 subscribers on fucking YouTube, my nigga. 1,000 subs. What the fuck? Like he had nothing to bring coming into the scene. Absolutely nothing. He wasn't an influencer. He was trying to be that, but he wasn't, you know, he wasn't an influencer yet. He doesn't bring in anything to the scene. He doesn't do it, you know, and also the fact that he had a really close fight with Jay just made the promotion, to be honest, look worse. Because you had one of the biggest names, you know, on Misfits just look very fucking meh against the dude that nobody had ever heard of before. Warren Spencer, I don't know how good he actually is. I think I might have seen his last fight, but I don't remember too good, and I'm not giving it enough of a shit to go back because I don't care that much. I only care enough to talk about this scene because I like this scene. Y'all probably didn't know that before until I'm making this video. So if Warren Spencer is as good as I think he is, I think he gets it done. However, I don't actually know how good Warren Spencer is. So I'm gonna go with Nick LMAO and his defensive, slick defense style. Him and his little Philly show. I'm gonna go with Nick LMAO. Jarvis versus Ben motherfucking Williams. Now Ben and Jarvis are both kind of in a weird position of like they're good, but we expect more out of them. As far as Jarvis goes, I think of him more as, you know, one of these. I'm trying not to be a hater, but I'll be honest. I'm looking at him right now. He's an ugly motherfucker. This dude is ugly as fuck. This nigga face Jarvis. He ugly as shit, dog. He ugly as hell. He ugly. Bruh, it pisses me off just looking at him. He's so fucking ugly. He looks like handsome Squidward in this fucking pic. Gym hero, you know. Coming into this scene once again after his long ass layoff where he bulked up, you know, gained some size, you know, went through puberty. We expected a lot more out of him so far. He hasn't shown much yet. He hasn't shown power, speed, defense. He just doesn't have anything about him. Jack of all trades, but calling him a jack of all trades would be a disservice. He just reminds me a bit of like Vittori, you know, just kind of like mid all around. Just a little bit better than mid, but he's like super mid, you know what I mean? Like he's just slightly better than mid, but he's super mid because he's just not really good at anything. The only thing I'd say he's good at is when he throws up a high guard, but when he throws up the high guard, he doesn't do shit with it. He just sits there and throws up the high guard, and yeah, you can't hit him, but since he's not throwing back, you know, it's pretty much just like you're just giving up time to where the other opponent would end up, you know, winning the round. And some shots are bound to go through. He's got the potential makings of a superstar as well as, you know, the backing from the Black Forge, I believe it is, which is Conor McGregor And Connor has posted about him before. So, he has the potential makings of a superstar as well as being Irish, being backed by Connor, even though he's at his lowest. I'm not going to talk about why Connor's currently at his lowest ever. Fucking, that whole situation is insane. It's not up to me to talk about the grape allegations. Ben Williams gets it done because he has the it factors about him, whereas Jarvis is Vittori super mid. He's just super mid. Deji was originally super pissed off about this, but at the press conference, they did say that Deji had 3 other opponents who have all since pulled out, which is why we're getting Dawoodsavage. So I ain't pissed off anymore at Deji, because before we were all just like, what the fuck? He's fighting a dude that's 0-5. Like, what is he doing? And I was like, yo, I'm tired of this nigga Deji just not doing shit, not taking anything seriously. I'm still a bit tired of it, but it is what it is. 3 opponent pullouts, insane. So, I'm not really gonna fault anyone for this. It is what it is. It's just one of those situations that just suck ass. So obviously, the Dawoodsavage is gonna get his hair cut by Deji. Deji is obligated to knock this nigga the fuck out in the first round. And if he doesn't do that, he's gotta show us like, yo, I don't want to knock him out. I'm just gonna make him suffer and then knock him out. Because that's a bit more impressive than just getting the first round, first round, first minute KO. When you really beat the shit out of a dude and then you just knock him out the whole fucking fight. So if he does either, I'll be happy. However, it's the bare minimum. You're fighting a dude who's 0-5, who's fucking dog shit. Honestly, I don't know who Masai Warrior is. HS Tiki Taki went at the press conference. Pisses me off, I ain't gonna lie. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Once again, influencer that doesn't influence. He took forever to get into the scene. After his fight against we know who, his stock is just, it's just not, like, no one cares anymore, honestly. It's kind of like Andrew Tate as far as the fighting goes. No one actually gives a shit anymore. We saw HS Tiki Taki in his last fight. We thought he knew how to throw a punch. He was throwing from the hip. He was throwing like this. He was throwing like a dude who doesn't know how to box. And even he said like, yo, I had no training coming into this fight. So he doesn't take it serious. Why should we? He wants to fight fucking Jake Paul. It ain't never happening. Jake would flatline this nigga in a minute, in 10 seconds. He throws like Vitaly. If y'all remember seeing him fight, it kind of throws like, typical muscle nigga that doesn't know how to throw a punch, that has never been to a boxing gym or just any sort of combat sports gym in his life. He throws exactly like that. I don't know why. Supposedly he's trained before. We saw that he knew how to throw a punch when it came to the streets, but it all went out the window when he had made his boxing debut. It was funny because it was shit. We was laughing at the whole fight, not just at his opponent. But even then, I got HS Tiki Taki just because I don't know shit about Masai Warrior, honestly. We don't know nothing about Masai Warrior, so I'll just go with HS Tiki Taki. However, if Masai Warrior is even if he's even close, if he's mid, I got him winning, honestly. It just depends on what we see on fight day. It depends. Like, you could instantly tell within, I'd say, the first couple seconds who's gonna win that fight. It just depends on what we see. But coming into this blind, I got HS Tiki Taki. Super Saul Poppy versus King Kenny. This is kind of a hard one to say, just because the thing about King Kenny is that I already know, he's been wanting this fight for forever, my nigga. He's been wanting this fight since the dawn of time. Since he started this shit, he's been wanting Saul Poppy. So I think that behind closed doors, he's been secretly training to fight Poppy for a while. So it's hard to say. Oh, so you remember the moments where Deji was like, oh, that right there, that's how we beat him. I probably can't find the clip anywhere just because that was a while ago. And I tried looking for the clip earlier and I can't find it, but he said that in one of Saul Poppy's fights. Also, so Poppy has lost, I think, too much weight to the point where it diminishes, his power ability and, the it factor that he had above this weight class. I think if he would have lost, not as much weight and he would have been in that weight class above this one, he would actually be still to the level that he was at before he lost twice in a row. However, Super Salt Bobby has also shown us like, yo, I know how to nullify your jab, and he did a pretty good job at it, even though they both when trying. It's still kind of like, ooh, like this is the biggest chess match in the whole thing. It pisses me off, bruh, because these two dudes have been wanting to fight each other for so long, and Misfits has done fucking fuck all when it comes to the promotion of this, bruh. Terrible promotion. This fight could have been fucking massive if they had just, pulled up old clips of these two dudes interacting in the past. They've interacted with each other so much and had so much friendly shit talk that was good, entertaining, everything you'd want. And what have they done? Fucking nothing with it. So as far as predictions go, this is a real tough one, but Super Salt Poppy, I'm gonna have to go with him. I don't think we're getting, the brutalizer King Kenny. I think we're probably getting, I think he's gonna try to get it, but he's not pissed. He doesn't seem like super serious coming into this. He's not like, old man, Uncle Gramps Kenny, no trim Kenny. I don't think we're getting that version of King Kenny. I don't think we're getting the brutalizer. I think that the man Salt Poppy will be able to nullify the jab. Also, one more thing, at the press conference, he said like, oh, you only throw one shot. You only know how to throw a jab. You don't know how to throw the right hand. And Kenny smiled. So it seems like he knows some we don't. So keep an asterisk on that while you're watching the fight. However, like I said, I still got Salt. But this fight could go either way. Gib versus Slim. This alone could probably be like a 7-minute video, honestly, just talking about these two. But to summarize it, I think Gib has been acting like tough shit. Like, nigga, you open FIFA pack openings for a large portion of your career. You were an unfit motherfucker. I think he genuinely believes his own hype right now. I think he believes he's tough shit. And I think he's gonna get humbled by Slim. Now, this fight is fucking dangerous. Any of these two could knock each other out. Now, let's see who... The thing about Slim is that I would say he has bad technique, but I'd say it's more so kind of like that weird, sluggish, awkward style that just seems to work for no reason. If anyone could beat that awkward ass style, it is Gib, man. Let's be honest. Gib, the only way I would say about Gib and his progress is that I think he's already hit his ceiling. I think he's at that point where he's not going to get any much better. I think that this is the best he will ever be. I think that when it comes to his power, I think he has maxed out his training power. I don't think he has any more power to really train for or gain or anything like that. I think that he's at his max potential. I'm talking about it like it's fucking FIFA or something. He's reached his full potential. 99 rated kid, fucking 94 wonder kid. Started off as a fucking 60 fucking bronze card or something. Whereas Slim, I think Slim still has more to, a bit more until he finally reaches his ceiling. Just because he has that awkward style, I don't know if he's really worked on it. I don't know if he hasn't. I don't know if the trainer is going to be like, hey, you got an awkward style. I don't like it, but I like it because it seems to work. So let's just make you better, So we really got to see how his training with his new coach has been. I mean, I think that Slim's current coach is the best coach in influencer boxing, period. Yes, better than, Mr. Deontay Wilder's trainer, the same dude who had Deontay Wilder try a different style that didn't benefit him in any way. The husband of Kate Abdo, that nigga, he ain't that good of a trainer, honestly. I gotta be honest. He's not that good. At least as good as we were led to believe because, oh my God, it's Deontay Wilder. He made Deontay Wilder worse. I still think he was a good trainer. I'm just saying he's not, that good. He was definitely overhyped. He's a good trainer. He's a great trainer, but he's not on that level. At least, not from what we've seen. Slim's got the best coach in this scene. The only dude who has ever had a better coach than Slim right now is Sugar Shane Mosley, aka Jake Paul's coach. I believe he's supposed to be Jake's current coach, but I don't think that's the case just because I haven't seen nothing about Sugar Shane. Recently, supposedly he was gonna coach Jake again, but I ain't seen nothing hinting towards that. So as far as the coaching goes, I don't like how GIB has been talking shit, about his coach. His coach would fold GIB. Slim's coach would fucking fold GIB easily. He's trained so many world champions and he's out here talking that shit. He's trying too hard to promote this. GIB is just not as a big of a draw as you think he is. No one here is a draw, honestly. Not even Deji. These dudes are just big names, but they don't bring any pay-per-views. The only dude who could have possibly brought pay-per-views at any point in time recently has been Saul Poppy, and he's already coming off of 2 losses. So the hype train has been completely derailed. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. See y'all later. Peace. Who's gonna win and why you think I'm wrong?